There should be proper internal check also should be done for the preparation of wage sheet. Basically, the internal check is an integral part of the internal control system in an organization. So proper pay slips maintenance are to be done, and again it is the part or the method that is utilized under internal check. Hello everyone, I am Nikilavati S, Faculty of Commerce, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. I welcome you all for the sessions on the subject Principles and Practice of Auditing. We were discussing the topics from second chapter, that is Risk Assessment and Internal Control. In today's session, let us understand about internal check. So basically, the internal check is an integral part of the internal control system in an organization. So it is the methods or the process and the procedures that are designed in order to identify the frauds or errors that are happening in the operations of the business. Unlike the internal audit and internal control, the internal check involves a continuous scrutiny or checking of all the works or the operations that are done by the other employees within an organization. Here the employees check the accuracy of records and operations as part of their routine work. This process ensures that no single individual has control over all the transactions related to a significant process. Let us see the meaning of internal check. Internal check can be defined as a systematic method for organizing the work of an organization in such a way that the work of one employee is automatically checked by another. So here the internal check is a systematic method that is used by the organization for organizing the work in such a way that the work of one employee is automatically tested or checked by other employee. And this arrangement of internal check is designed to ensure that errors are promptly detected and corrected. So the basic objective with which internal check is done, it is to detect the errors and frauds and to make sure that they are corrected on time, and that fraud is prevented by dividing duties and responsibilities among different employees. So here the frauds and errors can be reduced when we divide the work to the employees. So internal check is a proactive approach that is used in order to reduce the frauds and errors that may happen in an organization. So in first place, rather than just detecting the frauds and errors after they have occurred. Here internal check is a continuous process as part of the routine daily work that the employees do regarding the recording or analyzing or summarizing of the transactions. Let us study the objectives of internal check. So with what purpose or why the internal check is done? So internal check objects to prevent and detect of errors and frauds. So basically it is done with the objective of preventing as well as detecting the errors and frauds. By distributing tasks and responsibilities among different employees, here the internal check system helps to reduce the frauds and errors that may happen, as well as it makes sure that no one person is given same task to perform, so that the chances of him committing a fraud or error intentionally get reduces. Internal check also helps for the accuracy and reliability of the records. So here the internal check, as it gives the task and responsibility to different employees, and these employees continually check whether, and this will be like in terms of rotation. The work is not given to a single person. Say for example, the recording of particular transaction regarding the inventory is not given to a single person or a single employee. So the rotation of task and responsibility or the work helps to detect the frauds at the earliest, and it helps to maintain the accuracy as well as the reliability of recording of the transactions. Then the internal check also helps for the efficient conduct of business. So it helps for the overall conduct of business. So here efficiency means doing the task or the work that is given with minimum wastage or maximum utilization of resources is done. So here the internal check helps to ensure the efficiency in the organization of the business. As internal check helps to define that the roles and responsibilities of each employee, it also helps to get clarification that which employee has to do which work. So in this way, it avoids the duplication of the work that is done by the employees. In that way, it helps us to gain efficiency and reduce the wastage of energy and resources available in the business organization. Then the protection of assets. So the internal check also helps to protect the assets of the company by detecting the frauds and errors that may happen, by giving the roles and responsibility and assigning the tasks to the employees properly. It helps to maintain that the assets are safeguarded from any kind of misuse, manipulation or theft, etc. Say for example, by requiring multiple approval for a financial transactions, here the internal check system ensures that it is no particular asset is misused by any one employee. Then the internal control, one of its objective is also to ensure the compliance with policies and procedures. So internal checks helps to ensure the compliance that all the employees are in adherence to the company's rules and regulations and the various policies of that particular business organization. This helps to maintain consistency in operation and also to make sure that all the employees and workings or all kinds of policies or the methods that are used are in line with the company's objectives. Now, let us move on to the next topic, that is internal check with regards to wage payment. So here wage is the salary that is or the amount that is given to the employees or the workers for the work that they have done. So here what are the internal checks or the procedures that must be done with related to the wage payment? So it is important to ensure that there is proper wage payment that is done to the workers working in the organization. So they are not denied of their salary or any kind of facilities that they have to get. So they are not deceived in the accounts that is shown as a salary sheet or a pay slip of the employees. Now let us see one by one what are the internal check procedure for wage payment. Proper wage payment can be ensured by separation of duties. Here the work is divided among the workers. So no single employee or a worker is or the authority or the management is given on the authority of sanctioning the wage payment or calculating the wages or approving the wages. So the work of calculating the wages should be given to one employee. The work of approving that particular wage, whether it is calculated properly or not, should be given to the other employee. In this way, by distributing the tasks and responsibilities among different employees, they can ensure that proper internal check is in place, as well as there are no manipulations or misuse of any amount or fund that is happening when it comes to the wage payment to the workers. Then preparation of wage sheets. So here there should be proper internal check also should be done for the preparation of wage sheet. So wage sheet here means it's a document or a sheet detailing the wages or the amount of wages to be given to the workers. So here while preparing, the employee who is calculating must ensure that the wage is according to the number of hours worked by the worker. So it is no worker is denied the amount or proper wages for his work. He should make sure that the wage amount is calculated as per the number of hours worked by the employee. Next we have is attendance verification. So here attendance verification involves verifying whether that particular employee was regular or not. So whether the attendance is properly recorded or not. So as per that, as per his attendance and the number of hours he has worked, the wage must be given or calculated. Then authorization of payments. The person who is authorizing the payment must ensure that the employee's attendance is considered, his work is calculated properly, and the amount is multiplied into the number of hours that the worker has worked, and then he has to go for authorizing the payments. Then cashier's role. So here the cashier is the person one who gives the amount of cash or the salary to the employees. So here his role is to properly give or provide that much of amount which is mentioned in the wage sheet. Then he should not manipulate any kind of, or he should not make any changes in the wage sheet. Then we have is maintenance of pay slips. So proper pay slips maintenance are to be done, and again it is the part or the method that is utilized under internal check. Then there must be surprise checks that may be happening, unexpected checks that should be happen, so that proper checking is done with regard to the calculation of wages and payment of wages to the workers. Then proper documentation and record keeping has to be done. So whatever the number of workers or the amount that is paid to them, their attendance, so all these documents are to be maintained properly and recorded. Then periodic reconciliation. So there should be reconciliation that is done. So always the documents or the calculation that has done are to be reconciled or checked regularly, or on a regular basis with the bank statements. So why internal check is important in wage payment means it is to ensure that the company's internal control system is strong, and to ensure that the management is not deceiving the employees or doing any kind of manipulation or misuse of funds, particularly when it comes to the wage payment of the employees. Hence, we can conclude that the internal check is the fundamental and crucial aspect of internal control system in the organization, as this helps the organization to ensure the accuracy, reliability, not only in the financial reports as well as in the operational efficiency of the organization. By dividing responsibilities and conducting regular checks and rotating the employees also helps to ensure that there is consistent and a continuous oversight on the operations of the business. This was all regarding the concept of internal check. Hope you all have understood. Thank you.